Here's example 4. We're using an equation to find output and input. Number 1 says find f sub 4. And you noticed I started it right here. I'm basically repeating the equation 3 halves x. Instead of putting x, which by the way the meaning of 3 halves x is 3 halves times x. So rather than x, I'm going to put what x is equal to, which is 4. And then we have minus 1. Now to multiply this, you could use your calculator and put it through that. That would be fine. 4 times 3 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. Again, when you're multiplying a whole number times a fraction, you multiply it times the top because 4 is 4 over 1. So we have 6 minus 1, which is 5. So f sub 4 has a value of 5. Now the second part is find x, given that f of x is equal to negative 4. Again, we want to remember that the meaning of f of x equals negative 4 means that y is equal to negative 4. So don't get that confused with the x. So f sub x equals negative 4 would mean we replace that in the equation for the f of x. So negative 4 here goes where f of x is up in the equation. And it is equal to 3 halves x minus 1. Now we have to solve for x. So we have to remove both this negative 1 and the 3 halves. To do that, we get rid of or remove the negative 1 first. To remove it, we do the opposite operation or the inverse operation, which is the opposite operation of subtract is add. And the reason we did that was because a negative 1 plus 1 is 0, or in other words, they cancel, leaving us with 3 halves x on this side. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Now we need to remove the 3 halves. We could do it separately. In other words, what we could do is first we could multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of this 2. Let's go ahead and do it that way. And when we multiply, notice that these cancel because the 2 on top cancels with the 2 on the bottom, leaving us with 3x. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And then, of course, to get rid of 3 and 3x, the meaning of 3x is 3 times x. The inverse operation is to divide, or opposite operation. The reason we do that again is because 3 divided by 3 is 1, so they cancel. So we end up with x equals negative 2. So, given f of x equals negative 4, x equals negative 2. Let's move on to example 5. Choose which video you would like to review, either the function notation or one of the examples from the section.